Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be jumping right into color. This is a really interesting topic. I love talking about color because color really impacts a lot of different things that we don't think about. So let's jump right into the basics. We're going to talk about color theory. If you know your color theory, that's awesome. But if not, we're going to go through a little refresher, and there's lots and lots of resources out there, so I'll touch upon it throughout this whole lesson. So let's get started with some color schemes that create the basis for color palettes. We can refer to these tried and true formulas to help ensure we're creating good harmony. So the first is monochromatic. Over here, you'll notice it. These colors will share the tints, hues, and tones of one primary color. In theory, it's the simplest of all color schemes, and these are mostly used in minimal designs because one hue generally results in a less distracting layout. The price of simplicity is that you cannot use multiple colors that could help with visualizing information in the UI. So you'll see that they've chosen this color right here, which is kind of like in between a red and an orange, and there are just several colors that share the same tints and hues afterwards. So we got like a lighter version. We can also probably just get a little bit more red if we wanted to, but still this is a monochromatic color scheme. The next is analogous. This is based off of three colors located next to each other on the color wheel. You'll notice them over here. We have like an orange, a lighter orange, and we're getting into kind of yellow territory. Now, this can easily be found in nature. You gotta think about like trees in autumn as the leaves change color. So these can be warm colors like orange and yellow like we see over here, or cooler colors like blue and purple. I find that they're pretty easy to work with too. The next color scheme is complementary. Now this scheme uses colors that are on the opposite sides of the color wheel. We have purple and yellow. You can play around with the saturation and brightness to create some refined color palettes. So over here, this looks okay. I mean, we can go into Figma or whatever program you're using and really kind of adjust to get the right amount of color or the right amount of contrast and brightness. It doesn't necessarily mean that both colors need to be extremely vibrant. Over here, we have split complementary color schemes. This scheme uses colors that are on either side of the color's complement. So we'll have like a red, orangish color right here, and then we have two colors right here. We have the green and we have the blue. So they kind of form like a triangle at the bottom. Another example would be like a purple and then like a little bit of an orange and more of a brighter yellow. Or we can do like a red and a green and a yellow. So that is split complementary. Next is triadic. Now these colors are evenly spaced in an equilateral triangle on the color wheel. The three colors will be exactly 120 degrees from each other, like an equilateral triangle. These schemes are considered to be more vibrant. They keep harmony but deliver some high contrast. So we got purple, green, and orange. And these are the color schemes that I use. Probably the last one is tetradic, and this scheme usually utilizes two sets of complementary pairs. And they're so hard to balance and pull off because of, one color needs to be the primary without overtly dominating the others. And that's why I kind of avoid that color scheme when I'm trying to create like a user interface. So I would stick to these as your go-tos. Next, we're going to jump into what questions I ask myself before I even start looking for color palettes.